Incidence of jungle justice in Nigeria is on the increase. There are different reasons people take laws into their hands, one of which is a perceived failure of the criminal justice system. Which makes offenders account for their crimes. Sifon Essien finds out why it seems incidents of jungle justice are on the rise. But we must warn that this report contains scenes with disturbing images, and therefore viewer discretion is advised.
A mob attack on two suspected thieves in Bayelsa State. Unfortunately, the suspects were later burned to death. Another mob attack, but this time it happened in a suburb of Abuja. The victim, suspected to have stolen a motorcycle taxi, was set ablaze and left for dead. This case is reported to have happened in Lagos. The suspect was violently attacked by residents on suspicion he was a kidnapper. In this case, the suspect was humiliated and violently attacked by passers-by. She was suspected to have stolen a mobile phone. The suspect was later let off the hook after the mob justice. The incidence of jungle justice in Nigeria is assuming a worrying dimension as people are increasingly taking the laws into their hands.
When you say jungle justice, what is a jungle? A jungle is a situation where there are no formal laws, where you have, like in the bush, where you have animals' kingdom and then everybody does what he likes.
Reports indicate jungle justice has been applied in cases of either mistaken identity of the victim, on suspicion the victim committed a crime, the victim was caught in the act, or an outright deliberate attack on the victim. In this case of a mob attack in Duse, a suburb of Abuja, the suspected one-chance perpetrators were caught in the act. The suspects and their vehicle were set ablaze in spite of efforts of the police to stop it. Research has found out several factors responsible for jungle justice. They are illiteracy, anger due to economic situation, flaccid court system, disregard for rule of law and human rights, lack of trust in the police.
When the situation that is prevalent in a society is being likened to a jungle one, it means there is a expression of lack of confidence in the justice system. Maybe it is prolonged, maybe they feel there will be no justice at the end of the day. So rather than wait for the process, which they do not have confidence in or which they are suspecting, they now decide to say, oh, we better do it ourselves.
Let the system be working. They will know that if the system is working, there will no room for jungle justice. Go to abroad, even nearby Benin Republic, such a thing you cannot see people. It's only in Nigeria because the system are not working. So the people, they know that if they take the case to the police, the person who we wanted to deal with, he may have friends in the police. They will release him.
While there are arguments over the impact of jungle justice in preventing crime, there is yet no formal report.
Nigeria is a country that is set on the law, and it's a country that is working with the law, and it's a democratic country. There is nowhere in our constitution or in our laws that say that people will just see somebody and they will do jungle justice. The law is there. And my advice is that once people are able to get somebody who has committed offense, they should arrest first and then take them to law enforcement agents. Yeah? The law enforcement agent will be able to do what the law has stipulated on that particular person.
We're educated. If we know that we have value on human life, there's no point doing it. At any given point, there's no point doing it. Why are you killing? Do you have the right to kill another man? Who does that? Whose society does that? It's unfortunate that it's only in this country that you see a fellow human being stabbing another person or burning another person to death. It doesn't make sense. There's no Guinea society that would take this.
The spokesman for the police in Abuja says there is no justification for jungle justice.
Our law clearly states that we have a right to life. So nobody has a right to take anybody's life. It's a right that all of us enjoy. So you don't have a right, for whatever reason, to terminate anybody's life. And even when you have life sentences being passed on suspects, you will discover that it goes through processes, it goes through procedures, and it takes time to ensure that you have enough evidence to give back into the judgment that is to be passed on the person. So I think it's a very clear-cut thing. When you make an arrest of a person who you suspect to have committed a crime, as a citizen, you do not have a right to raise your hands against the person.
The Nigerian police.
In 2017, Senator Dino Melaye sponsored anti-jungle justice bill, which was meant to curtail extrajudicial killing. But the bill is yet to succeed at the National Assembly. On the streets across Nigeria, people who subscribe to jungle justice get their motivation from obvious factors.
It boils down to the fact that failure in the administration of justice system is what encourages people to take laws into their hands. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.